Hi, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome to my channel.
Today I'm doing a vertical ribbing in Tunisian crochet in groups of 3. So Tunisian ribbing group of 3. And so what I need to do is chain a multiple of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 plus 2. So the pattern is a multiple of 3 plus 2. So here we are, and what we'll do is pull up a loop in the first chain. So we're just doing the traditional start with pulling up a loop in each chain across. I do like to use the back ridge of the chain to pull up a loop so that on the underside you see 2 loops, like the top of a stitch mirrored on the bottom. So I'm just doing Tunisian simple stitch all the way across for the first row of this stitch pattern. And then the traditional bind off is yarn over and pull through 1, which is basically just a chain, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops each time across for the rest. Then the stitch pattern begins on row 2. Now remember, with Tunisian crochet, we're not turning at all. You're always working on the right side, the front side, the public side of the fabric. So now with row 2, get myself some more yarn. This is just a worsted weight acrylic yarn that I'm working with today. Hopefully you can see this purple pretty well. Okay, so what we'll do is, as if to Tunisian simple stitch, we're going to go through 3 vertical bars at the same time. Okay, so yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we'll then also, keeping an eye on that group that we just used, go through just the center one with Tunisian simple stitch, then go through just the first one of that group. So we now have pulled up 3 stitches when we went through 3 stitches. So our stitch count is the same. Okay, we did not increase or decrease, we just did it kind of fancy. So now we will do it again. Under 3 loops, Tunisian simple stitch 3 of them together, going under 3 loops at the same time. Then we'll go through just the center one of the group of 3, and then just the first one of that group of 3. So we now have 6 loops on the hook, including the first vertical bar. Okay, so we have 1 more to go because we made this multiple 3 times. So go under 3 loops at the same time in simple stitch. Pull up a loop. Now go through just the center one of that group. Now go through just the first one of that group. So it's a little tough to back up a little bit to grab it, but it is very, very possible. So now I've got my new 3, and then we'll Tunisian simple stitch in the last stitch. That's where your plus 2 comes in. Remember, we chained 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then we had plus 2, which was our bookends on either end. All right, so then we will traditional bind off with a yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Now this is tricky because they're kind of squished together, so make sure you only yarn over and pull through 2 each time, even though they're kind of spaced oddly compared to regular Tunisian simple stitch all the way across, but I'm yarning over and pulling through just 2 each time across. All right, and that's what row 1 and 2 look like. So I probably should have used a lighter yarn. This lighting is not the best, so I will keep trying to show it to the window on my right here so that you can see some of the texture. All right, it's a bright day here in Ohio. I hope you're having a good day where you are. Remember, we don't have to do anything for that first stitch because that loop is already on the hook. So we're essentially skipping the first vertical bar because the loop on the hook counts as the first stitch. So we'll go through 3 again. Then we'll go through just the middle one as if to Tunisian simple stitch. Having trouble isolating that middle one, but I got it there. Then going just through the first one of that group. And it makes a vertical ridge. So it's almost like a mini cable. Cables are very possible in Tunisian. So again, we'll go through the middle one after I've gone through all three, and then I'll go through the first one. So it's making a little bit of a cable. I hope you can see this. I will not use this purple yarn for the next videos. It's just maybe too dark. Live and learn, right? Isn't that what swatching is all about? We learn as much as we can learn so that we can apply it to our project. So I went through three, then I went through the middle one, then I went through the first one. Then the last stitch is Tunisian simple stitch, pull up a loop. This is what it looks like so far. And let's do one more row so you can really see the pattern developing. Yarn over, pull through one, then yarn over, pull through two loops all the way across. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sort of spreading it out with my thumb as I'm working across so that it's easier to pull through the number of stitches I want to pull through. So exciting. I love Tunisian crochet. I hope you have begun to love it too. Let's do one more row. So we'll go under three of them at the same time. Pull up a loop. Go through just the center one of the three. Then go through just the first one of the group of three. Then do it again 2 more times because we have 3 sets for this project. This little swatch, the middle piece, and the first strand of the 3. Coming right along, building on itself row by row. And you never have to turn Tunisian crochet, so that's exciting. You always get to work on the right side, which is always a treat. And then Tunisian simple stitch in the final stitch. So here's where we are. Now there are many lacy stitch patterns for Tunisian, and I intend to teach you some. This one still is a little bit more dense than some of the bigger lacier stitch patterns, but it does start to show you some of the possibilities for Tunisian crochet. So I'm going to finish the traditional bind off for this stitch, for this row. It's actually row 4 because the first row was all Tunisian simple stitch. And you can see how this starts to make a ribbing. And I'm stretching it a little bit with my hand so you can see this is how it would block out. Kind of cool. I hope you like it. I hope you give this a try. I'd like to give shout outs to Mary Ann K, Chris B, and Melody R. Please like and subscribe for more videos.